So good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We're going to talk about the Banter Club uh, in North London. Which one, I hear you ask? The Lily Whites, the top Spurs. The North London O2 is being constructed. Planning permission is being put in for a new top of the range 22-story hotel. Oh dear, this football club is the gift that just keeps on giving. I mean, not this version of the club, because this version of my club was actually very, very good, had class, tradition, knew what it was doing. The new version of my club is an absolute farce. It is a disgrace. It is upside down, back to front, inverted, non-binary, of course. And the only little bit of joy that any Arsenal fan can really have, if they're not lying to themselves, for, I don't know, maybe the way into a media job, being an aspiring journalist and all that, is to laugh at Spurs. And I've got to admit, that football club is absolute banter. Before we get into talking about the nitty gritty of this new proposed hotel and apartment blocks, make sure you are smashing the like button up. Big up to everybody who is subbed to this channel. This channel is flying in the last couple of weeks. There will be 2 videos out today as well. Got a video about Man City coming out later tonight. That will be out at maybe 7 p.m. 7 p.m. UK time. So keep yourselves peeled for that. Eyes peeled. Smash the like button. We're well over 12.5K, so thank you very much. Keep subscribing, keep sharing. Big up to everybody who has been putting their super chats in via the thanks option. Much obliged. Really appreciate it. But this story broke yesterday, and it's obviously been caught up by the mainstream media. I see this on a website called The Architect's Journal. So big up to them. Spurs added 5 stories to proposed stadium side hotel. This was written by Anna Highfield. We'll give credit to this website. We don't give credit to some of the others because most of them chat absolute BS. They nick stories off of websites like this and then dress them up as their own, get more traction than the other person. So we went to the original source. Tottenham Hotspur Football Club is proposing to add 5 more stories to a 22-story hotel it intends to build just south of its North London football stadium. The extra stories will add 17 metres to the F3 Architects Design hotel and residential tower, which will sit just east of Tottenham High Road next to the Spurs Stadium. The developer also wants to hone the building's blade-like appearance by slimming down its base. The proposed design changes have been put to Haringey Council in a pre-planning application submitted for consideration by its planning committee on my birthday, June the 5th. Yay, happy birthday to me. The application proposes a Section 73 amendment to the design, layout and massing of the planned 180-room hotel and 49 apartment tower to create a slenderer base and a greater separation from the newly built stadium, as well as further defining the blade-like appearance and slenderness of the upper part of the hotel building. Spurs was granted planning permission for the original design of the building back in 2016, following submission plans and consultation plans process in 2015. Of course they were. Why are Spurs getting all of this planning? There's somebody at Haringey Council involved in this, I'm telling you. Because they seem to get planning permission for everything, Tottenham. But anyway, we continue. The hybrid planning permission, part full permission and part outline permission, also covered a number of other buildings proposed as part of the phased redevelopment of the land south of the stadium. In addition to the hotel, it granted full planning permission for Populus's awe-inspiring stadium, completed in 2019, and the Tottenham Experience, a multi-use building incorporating the Grade 2 listed Warmington House, and included the club's megastore, ticket office, cinema, cafe, and outline planning permission for a 50-meter high, 2,500 meters squared extreme sports building, a community health centre, and 4 housing blocks between 16 and 31 stories high. Spurs said the new design of the hotel and residential building takes into account developments within the hotel sector, and as well as updates the building's regulations and planning permission across a number of areas since planning permission was granted, including fire safety and energy performance. The football club's new layout of the building would keep access to hotel rooms and residential apartments separate, while the increase of floor area and upper stories would enable the provisional of larger apartments compared to those currently approved. A proposed roof terrace and bar on top of the building would also be removed. That's a shame. You can't go to the rooftop stadium. The rooftop bar at the stadium. Oh, come on. Spurs told the AJ that the pre-planning application was submitted ahead of full planning application it intends to submit later this summer, subject to the completion of a pre-application process with the London Borough of Haringey. The club said it is engaging closely with Haringey's council officers and the design review panel on the proposed design change and will seek further engagement from the local stakeholder groups. Spurs is simultaneously gearing up to develop land west of its football stadium next to the rail lines following initial community consultation in 2018 with 646 new homes as well as new shops, workspaces on club-owned sites, the goods yard, the depot and printworks. So basically, the North London O2 is well underway. Daniel Levy and the ENIC group, Joe Lewis, are absolutely having every Spurs fan's pants around their ankles. Yeah, because they're going to make an absolute fortune. Whilst this is great on the flip side, it's going to create a load of jobs. There's going to be a lot of jobs created off of this. All the hotel staff, obviously, the houses will generate money. You know, builders need to come in. There's going to be a lot of people working on these projects, which is also going to make Tottenham an absolute shit ton of money, which they will never invest back into the football club because it is the history of the Tottenham. And I don't think anybody can really argue that. I mean, they spend money on absolute crap, but the money they're going to generate from the go-karting, the F1 go-karting, woohoo! Maybe they can wheel out righty. Woohoo! The F1 go-karting, rugby, NFL, Beyonce, Lady Gaga. I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers are playing there. WizKid's going to play there as well, I think. You know, they've got a lot of things going on at that stadium. Now they're going to develop and build 646 houses. They're going to build an apartment block. They're going to build a hotel. You know, have loads of other things going on, cafes, cinemas. And whilst that's all great and fantastic for the area with all the jobs that are going to be created, that's fantastic. It's going to redevelop it and brilliant. I'm pretty sure any Tottenham fan that stumbles across this news via this video or through other outlets is going to be sitting there thinking, well, are we getting some of this money back? Are we getting it put on the pitch? Because ultimately, if you're a Tottenham fan, don't give a crap about any of this. Whilst it's great and they're developing the local area, which is fantastic. You can't knock ENIC and Levy and all of that for this. It's cool. I'm taking the mick with it. North London O2 and all of that. But at the same time, Spurs fans don't care about all of this really, do they? Or do they? Maybe they do. Maybe you're a Spurs fan that thinks, do you know what? What I'll do is I'll take the missus out. We'll go to the cinema after the game. I'll get her to meet us after the game. I'm going to go and watch the game. We'll go cinema. After the cinema, I'll do a bit of go-karting. I could take her for dinner at one of the restaurants. Then we could stay in the hotel for the night. Maybe it's now a whole weekend rather than just a match day experience. Maybe you are excited for this, especially if you live in the local area. I mean, it'd be right on your doorstep, right? But on the flip side, there'll be fans out there that'll be sitting there going absolutely nuts, saying, right, whilst it's all great that we're going to build this, and this, how about build a team that wins? Because ultimately, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club is supposedly an elite level football club. So the aim is to win. And Tottenham haven't won for 15 years. If this was my club doing this, and my club hadn't won for 15 years, I'd be seething. How about put some money in? You're making a fortune here, there, and everywhere. Like I said, how comes they always seem to get planning permission for these things? Chase the paper trail. I'm pretty sure if you go through the paper trail, there is somebody somewhere in the local borough council that has got some sort of stake, shareholding, ownership of a company that is investing or building these projects always comes back to money. The paper trail never lies. If you ever want to find out the truth, follow the paper trail. Daniel Levy is obviously a smart businessman, but when it comes to being a smart football man, he's dead from the neck up. Empty inside, empty vessel. There's nothing in there. We've seen that time and time and time again. He sacked a manager for getting to a cup final because he didn't want to pay him the bonus if he won. So it was cheaper to sack him. It makes no sense. That football club, as much as I'm sitting laughing, yeah, mine's not much better, but that football club is an absolute shambles. I can't lie. Any Tottenham fan, leave your comments down below. Any fan in general, leave your comments down below. Listen, Man City have done very similar up in the local area of Manchester, on that side of Manchester. The difference is Man City keep winning. So it's not an issue. But if they were doing all of this and making all the money and getting all this and that in this, oh, we're getting that from there, getting that from the cinema, that from the go-kart, and that from Beyonce, and they weren't winning, their fans would be going nuts. So I'd imagine there's a lot of Spurs fans disinterested or disassociated with their club since that stadium move. But listen, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Do smash the like button up, people. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. En route to 13K. I want this channel rocking. By Christmas, I want this channel on 50K. So come on, let's get it done. Yeah, you know, I speak my mind. You know, I don't dress it up. I say what I think. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. And it's just a whole host of topics. Obviously, it's going to be dominated by football whilst the transfer window's on and open after that. And even in the middle of that, it could be something else. It could be talking about Donald Trump next week. It could be talking about the Tate brothers. It could be talking about Beyonce. We're talking about Jay-Z. It could be anything. This is Lee Reacts. And as it stands, I'm reacting to football because football's dominating. But, yeah, man, we're going to wrap this up. I will be back again later tonight, 7 o'clock this evening. And we're talking about a whole host of players that could be leaving Manchester City in a squad overhaul, which means they're going to have a lot of money to spend. A lot of money to spend, because we know that when Manchester City get rid of a player, they normally get top dollar for them because they're a proper football club. And on that bombshell, we're out of here. Make sure you check out the videos on the main channel. Got one dropping Declan Rice in a minute. And then later tonight at 6:30, I've got one dropping about Caicedo. And then later tonight, 11:30, UK times these are, I've got one dropping about Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, because apparently Arsenal went to get Mason Mount and they're coming back with Kai Havertz. Make it make sense. Anyway, adios. Have a blessed day.